guys, welcome back to the Kitchen Table Talk. My name is Tina Scruggs Tate, and I'm here with my girl Tamara Johnson. We're at the table. We still missing that co-chair. That third one, he gonna show up in a minute soon. Anyway, so we're glad you guys joined us again today. And today we're gonna be talking about reckless spending. How many of us have experienced reckless spending? Raise your hand.
I need to put both hands up, feet,
toes,
eyes,
10 toes,
everything.
everything. Reckless spending can be very detrimental to our lifestyle too. And it could prevent us from reaching our goals and just all kinds of things.
Right.
Reckless spending. I'm a little bit better at it now, but it took years of practice. Years of practice.
But did you intentionally practice it, or did you have to bump your head a few times before you were kind of forced into, right? Because many times we spend just because it's something that we want, right? We go out and we spend because we have it, because we can. But it's not until that big thing comes. So, for example, a house. You want to purchase a home, right? But if you've been recklessly spending, your savings is probably not where it needs to be, right? And so those are those aha moments. Those are those times where you realize, I've been spending just because I can. So just because you have it doesn't mean you need to spend it. So did it take you bumping your head a few times, or did you intentionally sit down, write it down, and say, this is my plan, this is my goal?
You know what? I'm going to back all the way up. Because as you were talking, I was really reflecting. Because I hadn't really, y'all, listen, we brand new at this. We threw this topic together. I'm just trying to be honest. We said we're going to keep it real here at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
So as I actually reflect on my life, I was actually always a very cautious spender.
Okay.
I was always very conscientious about my spending, especially early on, because I had to file bankruptcy early on in my life due to my mother. Mom, I just threw you out there, sorry. That just came out. But anyway, you know how your mother trying to groom you. She was doing the right thing. She was trying to groom me with credit. And so she put me on all her credit cards.
Okay.
And then she just abandoned them at some point in her life.
Okay.
For whatever reason. I don't even remember what went wrong at that time in her life. But as a result, she was like, all right, whatever.
Right.
And they
So you were
all,
attacked.
yes. And so they started coming after me. So I had to file bankruptcy very early in life, and from that was when you filed bankruptcy and you literally had to 10 years to rebuild yourself.
Yeah.
Now you file bankruptcy and they give you this prepaid credit card right off the bat.
Really?
No,
I didn't
yeah.
know about that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They will you know that the one you put money on.
The green dot?
With the .com. Shut up, Brown. That's an inside joke. But anyway, I guess that things like that where you can put cash on a card to rebuild your credit. Back when I had to file bankruptcy, you could not do that.
Right.
You literally
Had to show and prove.
you had to spend cash for everything.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have cash, you didn't have it.
Got it.
So I think from that experience, it taught me early on to really be cautious with my spending.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have it, I didn't buy it.
That's good.
I think I'm more irresponsible now and so it's reverse role.
Okay.
Because like you said, I have it now, or I think I do.
It's because you have more now.
I have more now.
A little bit more wiggle room
Yeah.
than you did then, so you
Right.
had to be cautious.
I had to be cautious, right.
And so the thing is, the same way we plan anything else in our lives, we have to have a plan for our money.
For spending. Mhm.
For spending,
Yeah.
or not. Right?
Yeah.
There has to be a plan for it. Right? So I'm not, of course, there's money sitting in the bank, but there's a plan for it. Or it's just savings for the sake of emergency, right? Who wants to be put in a place of needing it and not having it?
Yeah.
But you've had it before, you've just spent it time and time again on this stuff. Yeah.
Unnecessary stuff.
Unnecessary
Because
stuff.
people think
Bags,
emergencies
shoes.
it's a.
We're going out of town somewhere, and I need a whole new.
That's not an emergency.
To somebody.
Yeah. No, it's not.
But it's definitely not an emergency.
It's not an emergency.
No, it's not.
But we tend to think it is. So we'll bite off that and
Right.
bite it. And I'll be real honest because
Yeah. We all do it.
I'm going to throw myself on under the. Because my husband and I had
Yeah.
to train him on that part.
Okay.
Because I used to have a stash for emergencies.
That he didn't know about?
No, that he knew about.
Okay.
Right. But his emergencies is I ain't got no money in my pocket.
Okay. All right.
Let me go grab $20 or let me. When there was a real emergency,
Okay.
the envelope was empty.
Was empty.
Right? And it was small, but I had to. It took some training.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to flex that muscle. We have to really train that muscle
Right.
to not think just because it's there,
You
you
can
can
spend.
go and access it, that it's to spend.
Right.
You literally have to say, no, if it's not in my pocket, I don't have it.
You have to say that,
Yeah.
or just have discipline.
That's what the discipline is.
Yeah.
Right?
You just
Yeah.
have the discipline that says this money is only to be used for.
For
Okay,
X,
so
Y,
but
and Z.
what is emergency? Right? Because my emergency may be something totally different than what your emergency is.
Wait, so now do we have to categorize emergencies?
In a household, I
Yes,
think it's
you
very
should.
important.
You should.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you guys were probably raised, or we were raised different. A, you're a woman, he's a man. But B, where you were, what you were given, what was poured into you as a young child, as far as money, totally different, right?
From what his.
Yes.
Right.
Because you may have gone to mom and said, "Hey, mom, can I have $5?" And mom said, "For what? What is it for?" You have to give a reason behind it. So it's like going to the bank and asking for a loan, right? You need to tell them what you're using it for. And are we able to, can we trust that you're going to give us our money back, right? Where he may have gone and said, "Hey, Dad, you have $5. Oh, yeah, here." And see, that was my dad. There was never a no. My dad was the yes man. So I learned my money habits from my dad. My mom, Trump tight, right? She takes care of, still to this day, takes care of business. My dad, rest in peace, up until the day he passed away. Listen, he spent, if he had it, it didn't matter. And so I took on that side. And I mean, I'm better now, I'm learning, but the process and the journey is horrible.
But as a reckless spender, because when I think of reckless spender, that's like somebody who is literally makes, 60, 70, 80,000 or whatever that is,
Okay.
A lot of money and never have any money. Like that seems kind of hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
but when you
connection.
say make a lot of money, let's be clear. So we can talk to someone that makes $40,000 a year and they feel like this is a lot of money. And I'm not saying that it's not, but they can feel like this is a lot of money, right? Versus someone that makes $150,000, $200,000 a year and they say that's a lot of money. Spending is spending.
Right.
Reckless spending is reckless spending.
But the reckless part of it is whatever the amount you make,
Right.
you never have none.
It doesn't mean that you never have anything just because you're recklessly spending.
Okay.
It means you're just spending just because you can. There's no thought behind it, right? I didn't say I'm broke. I said I spend recklessly.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, right. I guess
know?
that's what. Because I guess in my experience, the reckless
Reckless
spenders
led
never
to
have
being
no
broke.
money. They're
Right, listen, and I
They
get
always
that.
say they never
So
have.
that's mindset though. That's
That
mindset.
is definitely mindset.
Yeah.
And I get it, because you're right. Everybody have their different levels of spending, but yeah, no, you gotta have a purpose, like you said.
Yeah.
If you want anything in life, unless you just have a mindset that you don't want anything in life, you want to just mosey on through life, and you don't want any responsibilities, and that is what it is. But
But you're gonna run into a wall with that.
you're gonna run into one.
At some point, you mature, you grow up.
But at the end of
Hopefully.
the day, though, the millennials, I don't know, do you think the millennials, because see, that's why we
They
have
don't
my
grasp.
son here, they have a whole nother
Yeah.
point of view.
Yeah.
They have another point of view about reckless spending. They
Yeah.
tend to, they live in the now more.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Oh,
they
yeah.
live in the now more.
Right.
So would that be constituted as reckless? Because they living for today. They don't really live for tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, okay,
And then-
so the definition is the definition. There is no, so it constitutes whatever the definition of reckless is, right? It goes back to mindset. So that's whatever a word is, whatever the meaning of, that doesn't change just because it's a different individual. The mindset change, right, of what we're talking about. So if he was here, he would probably, maybe or maybe not, he would have something different to say. Like, we're like, no, you can't just spend just because you have it. And he may say, well, if you have it, why not spend it? What are you living for?
He's
Right?
definitely one that ain't never gonna
Yeah. He's one that never had, okay.
never had no money.
Well, he's not here to defend himself.
Ah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, when he get here, we'll revisit that topic too. But yeah, you're right though, because I guess I associate, because reckless spending to me is just the umbrella, because under that you get all these other issues that come with reckless spending.
Absolutely.
So I guess I'm attaching everything that goes with reckless spending
Right.
to the all the way to the not having no money, not planning for retirement, not having money for a house, not,
Yeah.
And then we really, as a society, African American people, I'm just going to speak of, we aren't taught that.
No, we're not.
We're not taught that.
No.
It's just something that we are missing in our community, to instill in our children from birth to save for retirement.
Yes.
I, for one, was not taught to save for retirement. Yes, I worked all my life.
Right.
And you put on your job, you put into a retirement. But it's like, yeah, it's this thing you never
Yeah.
see. It ain't my bank account. I don't see it. So I ain't
But
thinking
it's
about it.
yours. Yeah.
But now that I'm on the other side,
Retired.
yeah, I was gonna say my age, but
Oh, sorry. But you are
that's a
retired.
better one. On the other side of retired, yeah, it's like, okay, where is your retirement? And all the stuff that I thought I had is not there. Oh, you got that 20 years ago. And
Yeah.
I guess I had emergencies in my life where
Or what you consider
what I
emergencies,
considered
right?
emergencies.
Yeah.
Which those really were. We'll talk about those later, but they really were. So I found myself on the other side of retirement with no retirement. So I did have to start aggressively
Yeah.
putting into the 401ks as you would have it, even though I don't even know where those are going to be by the time I really need to draw it down. Because
Yeah.
the way the world is today, that's a whole other subject. But anyway.
Yeah.
So we are talking about reckless spending.
Yep.
If y'all have any comments or any thoughts on reckless spending,
Yeah, let us hear about it.
let us hear about
What's
it.
your experience?
What is your
Right.
experience? You got family members that tend to always recklessly spend. Let us know.
And then come and ask to borrow.
Ooh, wait.
So that's been an experience of mine.
That's under the umbrella.
That is under the umbrella. But I'm going to go ahead and. So I've had someone come to me that I know for a fact you just went and spent, $800-900 on clothes, right? But then next week rent is due and you like, can I borrow? But last week you were boasting about all of the clothes that you bought.
What did you do?
And this week, I can't do it. I can't. You should probably take some of those clothes back and return them and get your money.
now
and it's
you're
okay.
losing friends and family members.
Okay, so lose friends or lose my own my money,
Right, yeah.
right? Because of your bad decision.
Bad decision. Or
Yeah.
they start calling you, she this, she
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's fine. At some point, you have to be okay with people not agreeing with some of the things that you say or do, and you still do it because it's what you believe in.
That's true. I actually have a motto with lending money anyway, so it's kind of like if you come to me, I don't necessarily need to know what you're spending it for. But you're right. If it's an obvious, okay, I saw you do that last week. Now you want this from me.
Right.
No, that's a no. But if I didn't see you last week,
Right.
and you come, and okay, if it's within reason, I'll make the loan. But I'm not gonna ask you for my. And anybody who knows me know this. I don't ask for my money back. We have an agreement when you gonna give it back, and you had better give it back.
Yeah, don't burn your bridges off of whatever.
Or don't
that
come
dollar-
back. And I never loan more than I'm willing to lose.
And that I was just gonna say, my mom's motto is, if you cannot afford to lose it,
Yeah.
don't lend it.
Yeah, I
Period.
never loan more
right?
than I'm
Because you
willing to
never
lose.
know what happens is I may have every intent on paying you your money back, but life happens.
Yeah.
Things happen, and I may get in a place, my back is against the wall, where I'm not able to pay it back on the day that I said. However, it is my responsibility to come to you and say, Tina, I know
Absolutely.
today was the day, or I know next week is the day that I'm supposed to give you your money back, but something came up, right? It's called communication.
Yeah.
Just talk to me about it.
That's what we do here at the kitchen table. We talk about it. And that's what it's all about, communication. Because that is exactly the same way I feel. If you come to me, you talk to me about it, we all good.
Right.
But if you don't mention it, I ain't gonna mention it. We ain't gonna fall out. We gonna still be friends. But guess
But
what?
I know.
Now I'm smiling because I know you ain't
You
never.
can't come back.
I can't come back. And I'm good. So that's kind of how I use that motto with lending money for those who recklessly or not recklessly spend.
Or not
That's
recklessly,
just
right.
kind of a blanket for me that I use
Yeah, that's good.
for reckless spending. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Reckless spending, it ruins a lot of families.
Yeah, friendship.
I mean, they say that's one of the number one reasons marriages fail is finances. And so
This is
with
it.
that has to be some reckless spending, right?
Yeah, or not.
Or not.
In marriage, some people just hide their money because of how they were raised, the things they were raised to believe.
That's true.
You can't always show the right hand what the left hand is
hand's
doing. Always have a spare. Make sure you. But what?
That's more or
another
less
topic.
women. Yeah,
That's
that's more or less
another
women.
topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother
And we gonna talk about it here at the kitchen table.
This is what we do, right?
This is what we do here at the kitchen table.
Yeah.